When you leave military service or step away from a long-term career, you enter a phase known as the in-between. It is a disorienting gap between the uniform you used to wear and an unknown civilian future. You have spent years making high-stakes decisions and solving complex operational problems. But when you enter the modern job market, you suddenly find yourself completely invisible. That invisibility is not an accident. The 2026 job market is heavily gated by automated software filters designed to screen applicants before a human ever sees them. These algorithms do not know how to measure the real value of a quiet professional. They scan for specific keywords and formatting, completely missing the leadership and adaptability you bring to the table. If you continue to rely on traditional methods, submitting applications online and waiting for a response, your transition will stall. Highly capable people remain stuck in the in-between because they are trying to explain human competence to a machine that only understands code. The specific software blocking your path is called an ATS, or Applicant Tracking System. It is a program companies use to manage large volumes of resumes by filtering them based on preset criteria. Instead of connecting talent with opportunity, the ATS functions as a black hole. It indiscriminately swallows hundreds of applications, trapping qualified candidates in a void where they never receive a response. This creates a strange paradox in the job market. Corporations are actively struggling to find capable leaders, yet they build impenetrable automated walls that keep those exact leaders out. From the perspective of a chief operating officer sitting on the other side of that wall, the system is equally frustrating. Hiring managers receive a stack of resumes that survive the filter, but they all look identical and fail to demonstrate who can actually handle the job. To bypass the machine, you have to change your target. You must stop trying to optimize your resume for an algorithm and start directly addressing the operational pain points of the human hiring manager. Step 1 in this process is a mandatory mindset shift. You need to look at your own experience through the eyes of a boardroom executive. This diagram illustrates the problem with standard resumes. Translating complex leadership into standard corporate phrasing often devolves into a mundane list of daily tasks. An executive doesn't care about chores. They care if you can solve operational problems and protect the bottom line. If your current resume relies on passive language or generic descriptions of your duties, you need to mentally discard it right now. You have a new standard of communication. Going forward, every piece of past experience must be framed as a specific example of tactical execution or crisis prevention. In the boardroom, your worth is never measured by the duties you were assigned. Executives measure your value entirely by the revenue you generated and the financial losses you prevented. To execute this shift, you need a precise plan. The Mission Transition Framework provides a step-by-step tactical map designed to get you out of the in-between. This interface outlines the initial setup phases. We begin by bypassing the ATS black hole, creating a resume that gets read, and uncovering the hidden job market where the real opportunities exist. Next are the direct engagement phases. You will learn to treat the interview strictly as a business consultation rather than a test, and how to master the follow-up pitch. Finally, we cover the consolidation phases. This includes negotiating your compensation, leveraging multiple offers, and successfully navigating your first 90 days in the new role. Making this pivot is the hardest part of your professional journey, but relying on a structured manual removes the guesswork. Having a sequenced 12-step operational map eliminates the overwhelming chaos of a career change. It replaces anxiety with controllable, methodical execution. Motivation and platitudes will not get you hired. You must now transition from planning your next move to actively executing it. This link takes you to the first operational module of the manual. Click on the Hiring Manager's Problem to understand exactly what your target audience needs to hear. As you work through these steps, remember that you have support. There is an open line of communication available on the site if you have questions along the way. Success in the 2026 job market belongs to those who take action. Stop submitting passive applications to broken systems and start actively solving problems for the people making the hiring decisions.